Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel for another crazy good video. So in this video we're going to talk to you about why it's good for Tesla to sell you cars with zero profit. So obviously I'm alluding to the recession that is coming, and Elon Musk said in the All In podcast that it's economics 101, that if demand drops they have two choices: keep the margins and thereby sell less cars, or decrease the prices to even the point that they are making zero profit on the cars, and then by this keeping up demand. And this is what he thinks is the good thing to do. I looked into this more, and it's very interesting because business-wise, this is actually a very, very good decision to do what he's doing. And this might be super beneficial for Tesla when the recession is over. And I want to show it to you why. So if you like this content, as always, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel and get access to exclusive content, so far I'm uploading a video that explains my stock market strategy that gives very good viewpoints about why and how I invest into the stock market. So if you want to check it out, check out the Patreon link in the description box below, and you can join for $5 a month. Let's begin the video. Bad times are coming for Tesla. Even the bulls agree that the next 1 to 2 years is going to be brutal for the company. This is because of the high interest rates by the Fed and all the governments on the planet basically tightening monetary policy at the same time. And people tend to draw back on very big purchases like houses and cars in bad times. Elon Musk said in the All In podcast, which I tried to find for you guys, but this is so typical. Just when I'm ready to make a video, I cannot find the clip. Maybe he said this in a Twitter Spaces interview, and that's why I didn't find it. But he was very clear that Tesla has two choices, and one of them is keeping the prices up and maintaining the margin. The other one is that they cut prices to spur demand, and he thinks that this is the right thing to do, even if they start selling cars with no profit, because they want to expand the factories, and this can potentially open a lot of other good things in terms of competition and some other goodies for Tesla that I'm going to show you here. So why can Tesla sell you cars with no profit? First of all, they destroy the competition. Tesla is the only EV company, think about it, that sells EVs for profit. So that means that if I'm an EV company, I'm Ford or GM or Rivian or whatever, and I want to make a car that is competing with the Model 3. First of all, it's very hard for me to even do that. And then on the second hand, if you see that the Model 3 costs $53,000 and you see that for you it costs $55,000 to produce that car, you still have to sell it at 53 or below to compete with Tesla. And that is exactly what is happening. Almost all companies, or basically all the EV companies as far as I know, are currently losing money on selling EVs. Tesla is the only one that is making profit. And in this recessionary times, what investors want to see is increased gross margins. They don't want to see unprofitable companies, and these companies are very heavily punished. So imagine if you're a Ford or GM investor, and the board is telling you, we're going to invest into, instead of ramping up somehow the ICE car production that we can make profit on, we are going to ramp up the EV production, which is going to cost us billions, and we're going to lose billions on the other hand, because Tesla is just too good at selling EVs. So I think many of the other competitors are going to pull back on their EV investments. And some of the EV startups like Rivian, Nikola, Lorstein Motor, they will go bankrupt. Tesla will have less competition. And this is just a small part of the equation. So Tesla can go 20% lower in price, maybe even more, because, you know, Tesla keeps on innovating and becomes more and more efficient. And they could run at zero EPS for a few years. Remember, Tesla is a company that has zero. They have Elon Musk at the leadership, who tends to be able to convince shareholders that this is a good idea. So it's very easy for them to even drop. So that means that if a Model 3 is $53,000 today, the competition is already bleeding to keep the price at $53,000. Tesla can go down to $43,000 or 42,000 something and break no sweat. Can you imagine what that would do to the competition? Yeah, that's brutal. So what if I told you that Tesla ramping up the production, selling millions of cars with zero profit was actually a very good business idea apart from killing the competition? So here's the different things that Tesla can sell you. For example, Tesla can sell you Tesla insurance for their cars. They already started doing this in California. I believe they are expanding to many more states in the US. Hopefully they will start doing this internationally. And obviously, the more cars that are on the road, the better it is for the Tesla insurance business, right? Very logical. But this is not the only thing. And by the way, this is a very high margin, very profitable thing to do. Then they can sell you a monthly entertainment package for extra connectivity, games, etc. As far as I understand, they already have a $10 per month package. This can obviously be extended. And for this service, the more cars that are on the road, the better. And again, needless to tell you that this is a very high gross margin. This is just like the Apple strategy that they sell you an iPhone and then they want to sell you a bunch of services. This is the same thing. The more cars that are on the road, the better it is for Tesla to sell you these very high gross margin things. And I'm really not haven't gotten into the main one yet. Then you have the supercharger network. Again, on the All In podcast, Elon Musk once mentioned that they run Tesla as many separate companies. And the supercharger network is one company within the Tesla company. And they aim to run this to be profitable. Obviously, they have opened up the supercharger network for all cars now that want to use it. And needless to say, the more Teslas, the more EVs that are on the road that can use the supercharger network, the better, because Tesla makes money on this. And here comes the mother lode of all. If they solve autonomy and they can start charging $199 per month for FSD, which basically they have almost solved already, this is a brutal, almost 100% gross margin sale that is at a push of a button, almost zero cost for Tesla for the entire fleet. So this is where you can see that if Tesla sold 1.3 million cars today and they just keep the prices and next year they sell 1.3 million and they keep up the profit margin, this is a short-term solution, or they make maybe 2 million cars next year at zero profit and 2.5 million the year after, but then they have millions more cars that they can push out the FSD to. Again, with the click of a button, almost zero cost to Tesla, and this no other auto company has. So to sum it up, in the recession, Tesla is going to mop up the floor with the competition. I believe that Tesla is going to emerge with being the clear winner in EV, and they will significantly weaker the competition. I believe many of the competitors are going to go bankrupt and they will be very, very weak going into the future. They're also going to hugely increase the fleet. So whenever they turn on this super high gross margin services, they will have a huge market that is able to take and pay for those services. And remember, Tesla does not have any debt. So when the Fed increases the interest rates, it basically doesn't have any effect on Tesla as a company. Yes, it has effect on Tesla as the demand. But look, GM and Ford have almost $200 billion in long-term debt. Do you think it makes a big difference for them if they're paying 5% or 0% on this debt? Might I remind you that Ford's profit is usually around, $1, $2, $3, $4 billion per year. All of that gets eaten away just by the interest rate increases, which doesn't happen to Tesla. So when the economic cycle changes, Tesla is going to be a beast with a huge advantage, a huge moat, and they're going to be way stronger than they are now. So I am actually enjoying that the price has fallen a lot. I am waiting to get in money so I can buy more stock. And of course, this is not investment advice. This is just what I'm doing, but I am going to add as many shares as I can while the price is low because it's just amazing. I'm very happy. It's like a Christmas present that the price is this low. And when I'm looking at all this, what I just told you, it's going to be a very juicy and good investment. So please let me know in the comment sections what you think. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, maybe even check out the Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.